Hello there, my friends. My name is Andrew Michael. I'm a real estate agent here in Northeast Florida. And a few weeks ago, I did a video on the top 5 reasons you should not move to Northeast Florida. A lot of people enjoyed the video, had a lot of great feedback from it. So in this video, I'm going to do the top 5 reasons you should consider a move to St. Johns County, Florida. So we're going to get into all that right now. Hey everybody, welcome back. Again, my name is Andrew Michael. I'm a real estate agent and team leader here in beautiful St. Augustine, Florida. And if you're looking to make a smooth transition to Northeast Florida, we'd love the opportunity to help you. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, whatever works best for you. The phone number's down below, just like we helped all these other fine folks. So with all that out of the way, let's jump in. So what are the top 5 reasons I think you should consider a move to Northeast Florida? Well, number 1, there is tons of things to do here. Now, it may be a little different than where you're from, but there's tons of outdoor activities to do here. So my family and I, some of our favorite things to do, mini golf. You know, we have our son Caleb is 4 and our daughter Logan is 7. So we like going to local miniature golf courses here in St. Johns County. We love going to the fort. In fact, the building that you see behind me is a picture of the fort in St. Augustine, Florida. Awesome to go check out. There's tons of museums there. And probably our all-time favorite thing to do is to drive directly on the beach. We love to go down to Porpoise Point. I have a 4-door F-150. Throw it in 4-wheel drive, which, by the way, if you don't have a 4-wheel drive, don't drive on the beach. You're going to be one of those people we all laugh at if you do that. But anyway, take the 4-wheel drive out there, turn around. I've got a 12 by 12 tent, not like a camping tent, but like one of those event tents. And no, it has nothing to do with real estate or anything. But anyway, throw that out there. Have some sandwiches we got from Publix, drinks, chairs, just all kinds of fun stuff. I've seen people set up a cornhole, the game. It's definitely a lot of fun. So there's a lot of things that you can do right there on the beach. Also, there's other ocean activities, obviously, too. And we have the St. Johns River. So if you're into, skiing, boating, fishing, crabbing, whatever, we have all those things, too. So that's the number 1 reason, is there's so much to do here. Number 2 is the lower cost of living. Now, there are less expensive parts of Florida, for sure. But I think if you look at coastal areas, so if you look at Destin, Pensacola, Tampa, Naples, Miami, the Florida Keys, Fort Lauderdale, I think if you look at all these places and then you look at Northeast Florida, St. Johns County, Duval County, Palm Coast, Nassau County, which Nassau County, if you're not familiar, is the area between Jacksonville and Georgia. It's that one county. And yes, by the way, we do help our clients there too. But yeah, I think if you looked at like dollar for dollar, pound for pound, what you get for housing in Northeast Florida, as opposed to other coastal areas, I think you'll find we're a pretty good buy. That's just my opinion. And if you have some questions on that, let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you compare apples to apples and see that. Now, there are places in Central Florida that you can get that are less expensive than here. But again, you're very far from the beach. Like for me, if I were to jump in my truck, leave here, go to the beach, I'd be there in about 15-20 minutes. So if you were to go to Central Florida, you're looking at more hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. So yeah, so we are a good buy when you consider the fact that we are coastal. So the number 3 reason is master planned communities. So this may or may not interest you. It just depends. So we do have communities that are not in master plan communities. In fact, I've done several of them on a community called Southern Pines, where you're guaranteed to have a minimum of a 1-acre yard. That'll pop up here in a second. So if you want to see that, go ahead and go over to that video. In fact, no, I'll put a link down below in the narrative. So yeah, but go ahead and check that out if that's what you want. But the master plan communities we have here are awesome. So like Silverleaf is one that we've done a ton of videos and helped a lot of clients moving into Silverleaf. It has lots of amenities in close proximity, and there's no CDD fees in Silverleaf. So if you want to have a huge pool, dog parks, playgrounds, you want to have all that stuff, gyms, everything right smack next to your house, then a master plan community is a great way to go. And again, there's several of them here. We have Silverleaf, we have Nocatee, which I believe is one of the fastest growing ones in the US. We have Palencia. And they're all themed. They all look totally different. They all offer kind of different amenities. So there's lots of different ones for different tastes. So yeah, so master plan communities is definitely a reason to consider moving here if you're looking to have lots of things to do within the community. And that's really helpful if you have, let's say you have either very young children, great, you have a place to go, or if you have kids who want to get out of the house, you want them out of the house, but they're not old enough to drive yet. Well, depending which community you live and where you live in it, they might be able to just jump on a bicycle and head on over to the local amenity center. So that's something definitely you should consider. Okay, next up is taxes. Lots of people move to Florida for that reason, so I'm not going to talk about this for too long. But Florida is a very low tax state. So what do I mean by that? Well, number one, we don't have personal income tax here. Now, I'm not practicing tax law. Don't, quote me on that. But, we have to pay federal income tax, obviously, but we don't have to pay state income tax. So most states, I believe, do have an income tax, and we do not. Another thing that we don't have here that is currently a problem in Texas that's making the news is in Texas, in most other states, I believe, you can buy what we call your homestead or your primary home. And over time, let's say you retire, so now you're living on a pension or a fixed income. Well, over time, the taxable value of your home has gone up so much that you can no longer afford the taxes. Well, if you file for homestead exemption here in Florida, that will not happen. What happens is your property value is capped, and they cannot, even if the value goes up, and it can go up, the taxable value, but you're only taxed at that initial value from when you purchase the home. And it could go up a little bit, but not much. Now, some exceptions to that. If you add value to your property, then that could change it. So for instance, when we bought our house in 2014, I think we paid $285 for it. Right now, it's probably worth $550,000, maybe $600,000. Okay, great. We filed for homestead exemption, so we're only taxed at around that $285,000 value. But if we were to add a swimming pool or add a big addition to the house or something, that would add value. That could change that. But let's say you don't do any of those things, then your taxes can only go up a small percentage each year. And not only that, we also have something called portability. What is that? Well, portability, in a nutshell, allows you to take, now this only works if you're moving within Florida. I don't believe this works if you're coming in from out of state to here. But let's say I was going to sell my house right now, and I had about $300,000 in equity between, my taxed value and what they consider the taxable value. Okay, I could take that $300,000 and roll that into my next home. So let's say I purchased a home for $700,000, and I roll that $300,000 into it. Well, I'm only going to get taxed as if it was a $400,000 house. So I did another video on that. I'm going to throw that down below. But that's the thing too to consider. Florida is a low tax state, and especially if you're on a like a fixed income, you're retired, or maybe you just don't want to pay lots of money in taxes, that is definitely something to consider. All right, so the number 5 and final thing, something that is not going to surprise anybody, is the weather. If you want to live in a state with no snow, we are on your very short list. So I was watching a YouTube video. It's another agent. I follow his YouTube channel. He's up in Michigan. And he was out there showing you have to have a special windshield wiper fluid because I guess it'll freeze, which makes sense. I've only lived in Florida, so I didn't know that. But anyway, you have to do that. You have to have a rake to get the snow off your roof. They have all these crazy potholes because of, the drastic change in weather over the year. We don't have any of that stuff here. So if you're looking to get away from the snow, if you don't want like I said, I've lived in Florida all 46 years of my life, and it's never snowed here since I've been here, for real snow. Now, we did have once, I can't remember what year it was when I first moved here, but we had a teeny bit of snow, but those of you from actual northern states will laugh at this. We were on Facebook trying to figure out, because there'd be a teeny bit in one neighborhood, but not another. And by the time it hit the ground, it was gone. That's the closest thing to snow I've personally have seen since I've lived here. And again, I was born in 1977, and I've lived here in Florida my entire life. So there you go. So if you want a more warmer climate, if you're tired of dealing with all of the things that go along with snow, then again, Florida is on your short list. So there you go. Those are the top 5 reasons to consider a move to St. Johns County, Florida. Do me a favor, if I forgot something or you want to discuss something else, throw a comment down below. I'd be more than happy to take a look at it. Also, again, if you're looking to make a smooth transition to Northeast Florida, we'd love the chance to chat with you. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, whatever works best for you. And yeah, I look forward to meeting you in person. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye-bye.